Do you want to get into alchemy, but you don't want it like too advanced? Well, in that case, I'm gonna give you a small little crash course so you can get started with alchemy. First off, let's start out by talking about where you're gonna be finding ingredients. I'm gonna make a little rectangle here, covering from Skingrad, Grateful Pass staples up until Wayne Priory, and then covering from this area here and this forest side here. Now you're gonna be looking for many of these ingredients that I'm gonna be talking about here. Let's start out with the 4 potions that we're gonna be covering here. We're gonna have a start out with a poison, damage health. Let's go in and apply some filters. Now Nightshade, you're gonna be finding that just north of Skingrad, and peony seeds coming from a flower called peony, also north of Skingrad, and St. John's word nectar. You just basically look north of Skingrad. You're gonna find a lot of these 3 plants here. You use these to craft a poison here. Now these poisons are very good if you're playing on higher difficulties because poisons are not affected by the damage multiplier. So they do the same damage to enemies as when you're playing on Master as they would do on Adept or Novice, etc, etc. Now the only ingredient for damage health that you cannot find in this area is gonna be wisp dog caps. You find these in caves. And there are actually caves in the area that I covered that have these also, but they are very common in caves, so whenever you see them in caves, I would suggest you pick them up. They might be very handy for you. Usually I have a lot of wisp dog caps, and then I just sometimes make a run for these other 2 here. You only need 2 ingredients to get a poison started, so I would just keep it like that, keep it simple. Let's move on now to some of the more essential potions that you're going to be applying, because I'm sure you don't just want to be popping poisons on enemies. So let's start out with the most overpowered potion you can get in the game, and it is very simple. It is actually a potion of Restore Magicka. Let's go to positive effects here, and we take Restore Magicka. Now I'm gonna cover 2 different variants of it. First off, we have the Flaxseed and Steel Blue Antaloma cap. Now Flaxseed you find just outside Skingrad, like on the north side. Just make a rainbow circle around Skingrad, you're gonna find so many flax seeds. And Steel Blue and Taloma, you're gonna have to go into the forest north of Skingrad. And they are basically everywhere, which is really nice. And then you also have, this potion here. Let's just real quick discuss what this is. So you have 8 points of magicka. You restore that on self for 29 seconds. It's not just 8 points that you restore over 29 seconds. It is 8 points every second for 29 seconds. It's very powerful. It's like if you were to give yourself willpower on crack, pretty much. Let's make some of these, and let's make a few of these bug beacon variants here. As you can see, this variant also has shield on self. If you're unfamiliar with shield, it actually gives you damage reduction. This caps at 85, but it can be very good at lower levels to use this. It's also very long duration, and you can pop it without costing any magicka. So let's make a few of these, and let's try and pop one of these here. First off, I'm actually gonna drain my magicka bar so you can see how powerful this potion is. Alright, let's take the one with shield also. You can see here it just basically nitro boosts my magicka regeneration, but it doesn't stop at that. Let's bind it here to the scroll wheel here. Then you can see I can actually pop so many that I can use magicka. That I can't use magicka faster than it recharges, which is really powerful. Now I would say that potion is pretty much all you need. Like, you don't need to watch the rest of this video if you just want this potion. Like, let me just be like that. If you want to heal yourself, then you're completely fine for now. But for anyone who also wants a Restore Fatigue or Restore Health potion, I'm also gonna be talking about these. Now Restore Fatigue, very simple. Think of this as like any vegetable that you can eat in real life. I'm not talking about mushrooms or anything. I'm talking about like corn, grapes, tomatoes, like or fruits. They can restore fatigue in this game. So the best way to get a lot of Restore Fatigue potions are actually to go around farms, and there are from Skingrad there are 2 farms, a tomato and a grape farm, and you can get around 90 Restore Fatigue potions when you do one full collection there. Now restore health is a little bit more advanced, but when you are in the forest, you're gonna be looking for fly amanita. Uh, this one has restore health on it, and then you can pair this with any meat that you find in the game, like danger heart, boar meat, venison, mutton, yeah, anything that is like restore health on it. And then there's also this most common thing, or common ingredient that is called canned bullet cap. It is very common in caves, and you're gonna find it alongside wisp dogs when you are delving into the caves in Oblivion. But yeah, anyways, this is essentially your starter alchemy guide. Now, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, I would suggest you upgrade um, your alchemy tools first, and then you're gonna get way more powerful potions. And how to do that, I'm gonna leave that up to you. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.